So Khaja, I'll have to join another call.
Okay, sir.
You continue. I'll come back when required. Okay.
Who is adding this read.ai in the meeting?
देता हूँ
Hello. Hello, Etya. I'm audible, right? Okay, let's start the meeting. First, and I have to on this set. Share. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Let's get started on Python fundamentals. We will be going through the core fundamentals and the core concepts of Python. It is very, what do you say, very base or very basic level. Here we will learn about Python language, how it works, why it works, and by the end of the session you will understand the basics of Python, and you can run the basic codes very confidently if you stay with me till the end. So, what is Python? Hello, my screen is visible, right? Induja, you can talk. I have 1 minute. You. Okay.
So good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yeah, screen is visible, right?
Python. Yes, sir. Screen is
Python
visible,
fundam.
sir.
You can see only Python
Python is
fundam.
a general purpose programming language.
Yeah,
It is free, so it's also free open source, sir. Anyone can be used,
yeah,
and it's also object-oriented programming language, sir.
yeah. So you can select that it is one of the easiest language, so anyone can learn. It is
Yeah, sir.
readable, meaning code looks like English. We can read easily, and it is interpreted language. You can write, you can run, and you can see the result immediately. Don't have to wait to entire program compile. And it is versatile. It can be used in website, it can be used in automation, it can be used in data science and AI more. There are like endless possibilities with Python. Yeah. If you have worked with like programming before, like C, C++, Java, Java, right? Then you can find a C++ is a very strict teacher. If you miss a semicolon, you will not get the output. Okay. And Java is a very serious boy. We have to write whole syntax and we have to import everything. But here in Python, we have to just write whatever we want. No need to think. We can use anything. There are hundreds of libraries available in Python, so you can use accordingly. No need to write code for entire things. Yeah. The first step is Python. It's a high level language known for being easy to read and write and perfect for our new coders. It's readable, it's interpreted, it's versatile. You can see I've told these things. Yeah. What are variables? Variables are like storing information. Okay. There are the variables are like storages or containers. We are labeling the box or container with the name. Here, Alice username is a container and we are keeping Alice inside the container. So username is our variable name, Alice is our variable. Same, age is our variable name and 25 is our variable. So you can see variable as a labeled box. You can put data inside to use it later. So you are keeping the boxes and storing the variable inside the box. This is what variable is. Okay. Here are some core data types. String means any text form and it must be written in quotes like hello. You have to use quotes like this. And integer, we use keyword as int, and integer should be a whole number, not a small like this floating point, not a decimal point. Okay. In integer, we have to use a whole numbers, and there is float. Float is something when we deal with division or decimal numbers, we use float. And boolean. Boolean means true or false. We will use when we start working with the logics. Like if we are working with if statements or any while statements, until unless our statement is true, we will work on it. If it get false, the program will exit and come back out of the loop. So this is how we use different data types. So these are the core data types. Afterwards, we will work with tuple, dictionaries and all. Those will come afterwards. Yeah, this is how we do input and output in the Python. Okay, we'll just write a variable name, and if we want to take input, then we will ask for input and give a message what you want from the input. So here we are asking input, what is your name? So I will start a Google Colab. I will start a Google Lab and I will show you how it works. So you can see how it works in Colab. Okay. Can you see my screen? Like Colab screen. Sharing. So here you can see this is a I will start again. Okay. So first we have to go to Google and we have to search for Google Colab. So it will give us an environment where we can run the code without any use of any. We have to write new, we have to take new notebook, and it will give us an environment where we can do our Python coding. Okay, so this is a new environment. First we have to rename the file. Okay, we'll write as a Python basics. Okay, first we have saw, right, how to declare a variable. So we'll first take a name of a variable. That might be anything. That might be name. Then we'll declare it as. If we want to take as an input, then we will take as input. We'll take input afterwards. Okay. Then what do you want? Enter your name. And enter. It will ask for your name. So we can write Alice. And we have entered the name. When we go to next line, we can ask the program to print name. Just run. It will print Alice. Here we have given Alice as a explicitly. We have defined Alice. When we are asking to print the name, it's printing. Okay, this is how it will be here. Mm. Otherwise, you can do like this also. Just directly you can give the variable name directly, like age. We are mentioning the age directly, which is normally your age group is like 23, 24, that only. So we are given the age and location. We are using string. So we will use double quotes and we'll give location as Hyderabad. And see, we have given us the we have given variable as age 23, location is Hyderabad. If you want to use that thing, you can do like this. Print and concatenate. I am name then from location, then and age, comma, full. If you run this, you will get I'm Alice from Hyderabad. I'm 23 years old. This is how you can use this as a placeholders. If you change here anything, you change 26 and run all. Then it will ask name, Dan. Then it will see I'm Dan from Hyderabad. I am 26 years old. If you change this thing, if you change the variable, your output will get changed. Go up. If you run all, then it will ask your name, which is John. See, I'm John from Goa. I'm 26 years old. So this is how you have to declare the variable, and you can print the output directly. You don't need any libraries. You don't need any header files. You don't need to mention anything. You can directly do your programming. Here I have wrote this in multiple different lines, but you can directly write this in single box. No need to take different boxes. If you run this program, it will ask name. Will give XYZ. No. See, I'm XYZ. I'm from Goa. I'm 26 years old. You can take variable input like this, or like this, or like this. It's all your choice. You can give explicitly or directly. So this is how input and output works. You have to give input and you can use the inputs in the output. Here I wrote like this. You can use your input anyway. You, you, sky's the limit. Or if you don't want the program, then just ask the chat. Is this Gemini itself? Here we are using Gemini. Okay. Help me write a program with two Mandy variable in Python and input output. If you just write this prompt in a Gemini, it will give us a program. It will take some time, but it will give. See, it has given us a program. Except, okay, see, everything what you're seeing in green is not at all useful to us. Okay, it is just for our understanding. See, this much here wrote. Okay, it's asking, you can see variable in Python. Variable is a declaration and assignment. Okay, in Python you don't need to declare variable type explicitly. It will do it by self. See here, age is 30. It is a type int, but we are not telling it as a type int, but it is taking automatically. No need to give anything to the Python. And this collab will understand by itself because it is based on AI itself and it is made by Google. See, you can simply assign values and variable in Python and inference the types. Okay, it will take directly type. We no need to mention the type int or string or float as we do in Python, sorry, in Java and C++. We have to mention what type of integer, what type of data we are using, but in Python, that is not required. Same, it has taken age, name, height, and boolean is student or not. So we have taken int, and this Alice is what do you say, string, and this is float, and this is boolean. We have taken all four things. Okay, we are reassigning variables. Okay, we can change the value of a variable in any type of the program, but the value which we have given at the end, it will take that only. See, here we have given initially 31, 30. Now we have changed to 31. And if you just print the age, it will print. And same, number of student, price, message, everything is here. If I run this program, shift enter, you can see the output. Initial age is 30, new age is 31. This simple message. Everything what we wrote here, it is inside the output. If you want, I can share this program with you. You can run in your mobile, or if you're using laptop, then you can just open Google. You can run it easily. I'm sharing this program with you in the chat. Just copy and paste, and you can see what's happening inside the program. Okay. If you not do by yourself, you can just type yes no in the chat. I've shared the program in the chat. You can see, and if you want to do, just copy and paste in the Google Colab, and you will understand what's happening in the program. Want to do by yourself in your machine, in your laptop or mobile. And whatever you are seeing in the green is a comments, okay? It will not affect your program. You can write anything here and still your program will run. But comment you have to write comments using hash, okay? Without hash, comments will not work. See, you can see here, you can see reflow comment. It will help you writing the codes, okay? Gemini only. No need to break your head. No, okay, we'll move ahead. Our next thing is control flow. Means we are making decisions using if else if. There are multiple things. Okay, there are different of looping in the Python. Okay, first is if, then loop, there is for loop, and there is while loop. So for first we are checking if. If is used to make decisions. Okay, just like traffic lights. When there is a red light, everything will stop. When there is a green light, every vehicle will move in that direction. Okay, so similarly, there is if in Python. With the help of if, we can make decisions to if our condition is true or false. We can check using if. Okay, and if we use indentations. Indentation means spaces. For every indentation, we use one tab or four spaces. Okay, with the help of spaces, we can place, okay, where the code belongs to. Like here, you can see if light is equals to red, we are leaving four spaces, then we are writing print statement because this is entirely different loop. Then we are coming outside of the loop else, and we are writing print go. So we will write a program for if also. See here, we are back to programming. Again, you can ask ChatGPT, help me understand if condition, and I'm very new to it. Okay, just hit enter. It will give some good notes to you. It will give some code to you. And while running that code, you can understand very easily what's happening there. See, understanding if conditions in Python. It has given you there. It is made by Capgemini. Sorry, made by Gemini. If you run this program, you will see. First, you'll see what's happening here. Okay, Control A, Control X, Control. See, this is a code. First, we will see here. If is used to for conditional execution. Okay, it means if you want to run a block of code with certain amount of conditions, then we have to use if. Then we can check if the condition is true, then you have to run this block of statements. If the condition is false, then you have to run this block of statements. So here we are saying, see here, we are categorizing student based on the score. Here score is 85, print /n. We are giving command basic if statement. The score is written 70, then you have passed the exam. We are printing the results. See, and again we are getting 60. If score is greater than 70, the statement is false. Then it will give us the result. Okay. your score is not more than 70, so you are not passed the exam, something like that we can print. Okay, see here. Here is our actual output, like program what we needed. Okay, here we are taking age is equals to 17. So this is for checking whether you are eligible for vote or not. Only this much program. Okay, we'll run this separately. So this is the program. So we are checking whether the person is eligible for vote or not. So if the age is 18, then the person can vote. Else you are not eligible for vote. Okay, now we will take age as 19 and run the program. See, you are old enough to vote. If the person is less than 17, less than 18, sorry, then it will, you are not yet old enough to vote. So this is how the program work. If statement works, if this is true, then it will print. If this is false, this will print. So this is the condition on which our program will run. So this is how if statement works. And if you want to see, if you want to add one more statement, then just you can and user age equal or lesser than 60. Okay, if you run this, okay, we can't use and we have to use this. So if you get error, you will get message here directly. Okay, there is an error syntax here. What is the syntax? We have to see here only, check here only. Accept and run. It has made, see, here I did like Python is case sensitive, right? So I have wrote and in capital letters, so it didn't took, and it helped me to what you say, do the changes, and it made my program to work. If you run this, there are multiple what do you say, there are multiple conditions here. First is if you are greater than 18, you can vote. If you are lesser than 60, then you can. If I give number
सर
more
मैं
than
कैसे
6,
करूँगा?
huh? Hello,
Sorry was accident.
okay. So it's giving not old enough, but you are too old enough. We can change the condition here and we can write. So this is how you can add multiple conditions. You are not eligible, we can write like this. Okay. So you can add different conditions. You can add multiple conditions. There are multiple conditions and or float. Sorry, and or and not. You can use any kind of conditions and your program will work. So this is how you can use different conditions. Okay, see, I'm using this different example. See, this is a program. This is a program where you can check if the person has a car or not. Okay, if he has a car, he has license and a car, then he can drive. Else he can't. From where we had. So here we can see these are two different conditions. See, first we are checking if the person has license or not. If the person has car or not. Okay. If he had license, if he don't have car, then he can't drive, right? Because he don't have car. And if he have car and if he don't have license, then it is illegal. Okay, illegal to drive in India. but people still drive without license. But according to the law, it's illegal. So if you have license and if you have car, then only you can drive. See, if I run this statement, you can see has license true, has car false. If I run this, you might need a license or a car or both to drive. You will get this error. If I write here true, if I run, you can drive legally and you have a car. You will get this error, this output. Okay, this is how you can add different conditions in your program and you can run. See, here are multiple programs. I will share this also. If you want to practice, you can just take a program and you can run by yourself. Control A, Control C. I will send this in the chat. This is the program for if statement. This is how you will check what's happening in if, how is happening, what statements are running. You can check whether conditions are true or false. How different conditions will be. Here you can see. Here student ID is 12345. Member status is active. Yeah, if you see student ID is 12345 or member status is active, then access granted to the student services, else denied. This is how you can check. If anyone is active, then you can get student access, else you will not get the student access to the library, to the classroom, anywhere. There should be any one of the status is active and you are taking odd here. Or means if any value, any condition is true, then you can pass. If any, if both are false, then you will be stopped at the gate. So here's how you can use if statements. Now we'll move towards our next topic, which is for loop and while loop. We have seen if our conditions are false, then we will be stopped. If our condition is true, then we will get a green light and our program will run. Yeah. Loops. When we have to do certain tasks again and again and again, then we'll use the loops. Okay. When we have loop for certain amount of time, we know our program will run for 10 times, then we will use the for loop. Okay. When we don't know how much time our condition will run, then we will use for while loop. Okay. For loop is used when you know exactly how many times your program will run or it will repeat. Okay. And while will used when we want to repeat something, but we don't know how many time our condition will be true. So that time we will use while loop. To test the conditions, we will use the while. While means repetition. Okay. How many time we have to repeat the program. So we can do that using while. Sorry, but with loop, we'll go back to this and our Google Colab. Here we will so here. Here. Next, we want to work with for. Okay. Using for, you can print just a second. I have one file. Open notebook. There is a file. See, there is a file. Yeah, I will share this file with you. Here we have did some programming using if statement. Okay, different type of if. We have checked either the given number is even or odd. Here we have seen the number we have given is a positive or negative. Here we can see mm, the result is outstanding, pass or just pass or fail. Here it is where you can check the number is between the given range or not. I will share this Google Colab file with you guys. If you wanna see how it works, copy. I've shared you the if collab. Just go through this collab file and you will see how it works. If so, I'll share you this program. Using this link, you can find all the if programs. Now we'll go for loops. Okay. If you write this program, just ask ChatGPT Gemini to give the program. It will give you directly. No need to what do you say? Type the programs. Okay. See here. Here it has given the program. Okay. We'll open new. We bought a new notebook. Here we can see what we can do with. We'll start working with collab for loops. F for loops. See, we have started a for loop. We can rename here our files. Everything can done here. Then we'll start coding. See here. This is what a list look like. Okay, list apple, bananas, and cherry. Fruits. This is a list. Okay, here in list we have different fruits. Okay, if you wanna print fruits different I like this one. If you run this program, we'll get I like apple, I like banana, something like that. See, I like apple, I like banana, I like cherry. We are using this F, we are formatting the string, okay? And this is how we can use. We don't have to mention it again. If we are using for loops that time, we have to format the strings using F. Okay, F means formatted output. And if you use format output, then we can directly what do you say, print what we want. See, so you can see what happened here. Okay, first it will go in the loop, print I like first fruit, it will print apple. I like fruit too, then it will print this. Or else, if you want to print exactly what you want, then you can print. First, you have to format the string, then open the quotes, then I want curly braces, then fruit, then which one? First, second, or third? If you want apple, then you have to give 0. If you run this, I want apple. If you change your number, we are positioning it too. If we run this, we'll get I want cherry. So this is how you can work with the looping. Here we are just working with the small for loop. If you want to print a table of any number, then using this we can do directly, because we know we have to loop 10 times. We want to multiply single number with certain numbers. With the help of that, you can print a table of 1, 2, 3, any number you want. See here, you can see. See here, you can see number of for number in numbers, number 3. If for number 3, then your number will run. Otherwise, it will break. Same. You can see different programs here. This is a program using dictionary. Dictionary means you will give keys and values. Your name is Bob, age is 14, network city is New York. Then we are searching key in a person. Print key. It will print all the keys which are available in this dictionaries. So it will print Bob, 40 and New York. Okay. If you want to print values, that will print what is there in the program. So this is how you can take. If you run this program, you can see the keys are name, age, city. Values is Bob, 40 and New York. And if you want to print key value pairs, key is this, Bob this, and value is New York. If you want a program, a small program, like I want a table of 9 using for. If you write this much, it will give a program that will see. Here is a program to print the table of 9, sorry. If you run this, you will get 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 8, like 9 tens are 90. This is a basic program. Here we are in printing, we are doing what do you say, a little bit of formatting, and we are writing I means iteration number. In first iteration, you will get 9, in second, you will get 18, like that. If you change number of 9 to any other number, like any number, if you want 565, if you run this, you will get table of 560. Sorry, you have to change here also. 565. And then run. You will get table of 565. If you don't want to do that, then you can just ask in before only. Mm, Give a value of table of any number, like number is equals to 9 956. Okay. Then here we will just call num, and here also we'll just call num. And if you run this, you will get the table of 40 you asked for. If you change number here 89, then you will get a table of 89. So this is how easy to write a tables in, what you said, write a program in Google Colab. See, this is the history of what we have run, what the changes we have made. So this is the history of our executions. You can see how many times we have wrote a program, how many times we have got error. Everything will be visible in this log. For and while we'll ask add here. Same, we will ask program. Ask we do here. Okay. If enter. Now for you just have to write this much. No need to explain to Gemini. It will help us to explain, it will help us to understand what we are looking for. And it will give exactly what the codes we are asked. See, he understood by itself because we were learning. So it gave us the output, it gave us the code with understanding while for in Python. We have just asked for while. It gave us directly in the detail. Okay. So this is how you can use what you say AI editors to do coding very efficiently. Nowadays you don't even have to write any single line of code. Okay. Everything is done by AI itself. We just have to think. Just have to think what logic we have to use, how we have to work on, like that. So see, you can see here in first program what it's happening. Rolex. We'll go to this control V. See, here we are asking, we are checking, just checking whether our loop is working or not. See, count 1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because it will go to the last number, but it will not print the last number. Okay. In Python, our loop will go till the last number, but it will not print the last number. This is something you have to memorize, and it will be asked in the interviews also. If you have any doubt, please ask till now. Like we have did for, we have did for if, we have did something with variables, we have did something with printing like input and output, like from variables, input, output, if statements, for statement. If you have any doubts, you can please ask. If you can't ask, then please type. We'll take 2 minutes of break here and we'll continue afterwards. Okay. Hello class, we are back. So we were on this page where they have talked about loops. Loops were used, for loops were used when you know exactly how many times you have to repeat something. You have to repeat some loops. Hmm. Let me share my screen. This is how you can see how your while loop will work. If you and you can add anything here, okay? Count mod 2 is equals to 0. Okay, and we are seeing if the number is what do you say even or not. So in this statement we are doing this. Okay, it gave us error. Okay, this is not how it will work. Explain error. It will help us to understand what error we made, and it will fix it automatically. I think we have to take double equals 0. So it will at the time it will work. We have to see. We have to give double equals to because we are checking. We are comparing. So it is checking. So now it's not working. Okay. Will count equals to 5. If enter, to finished. Because the number is which we have gave is same. We'll give 2 and run. See, the 2 is even number, so it have printed 2. If we ask 4, then it will count 4. As we are checking for only the number which is more divided by 2, that's so it's checking to give us 0, then it will not do anything. If you remove this second statement, if we run this, then it will run 5 times. So this is how you can run the loops in the while. Okay, first we are checking for count and we are saying the count which we are giving is lesser than 5 or not, and the output will be true because the 5 is lesser than 0. We'll print that thing, other program here. So we'll print this thing. So our next program in while we'll use break if something went wrong. Okay, see, initially we are printing a statement while loop with break. Okay, means we are doing some program with a break. First, we are giving the value of I. Value of I is 3. Then breaking out the loop at 1 equals to 3. It will exit the loop and it will print I is equals to 1, I is equals to 2, I is equals to 3. See here. See, the value of I is equals to 1. It will print 0. The value of I is 2, 3. And at the third time, the value of I is equals to 3 itself. So it will come out of the loop. If we change to 5, then it will come out of the loop after 5. You run this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the loop value is, we have to change here, okay? I is equals to value of, just need to add f here. We run this, see, the value of I is 5, so it came out as a loop. If you do this for 2, it will come after 2. So this is how you have to format the string, format your outputs if required, and you have to work with the number which you have given. Initially, we have started with 0. The loop will terminate only after 2. So we have used if statement for that this what do you say, to breaking the loop, to coming outside of the loop. So here you can see how the program is executing, how it is coming outside the loop, and how the program is getting break. Here you can see. So we'll move ahead to our next slide. I have to share again, I think. So what is collections? Everyone. Instead of creating different variables, we'll create one list, and we'll add all the items under that list, and lists are ordered and changeable, okay? All the items which are going inside the list are will have their own index, will have their own value. So with the help of that index and value, we can call them. So we will use collections. Collections are nothing but a list with multiple homogeneous values. Okay, we'll see this one video for collections. Just a second, I'm not able to show this video. I don't know why. So here is the video.
differences between lists, tuples, and sets using a collection of 4 letters: A, B, C,
and A again.
We'll start.
How do you know when to use a list versus a tuple or a set? In this video, you'll learn the differences between these data types and understand when to use each one. Let's visualize the syntax differences between lists, tuples, and sets using a collection of 4 letters: A, B, C, and A again. To create a list from these letters, we wrap them in square brackets. To create a tuple from these letters, we wrap them in parentheses. And lastly, to create a set from these letters, we'll wrap the items in curly braces. Awesome! But notice that the set we just created contains the letter A only once. That's the first big difference between sets and the other 2 types of collections. Sets automatically drop duplicates, while lists and tuples keep them. This makes sets especially useful when we want to eliminate duplicate values from a collection. To see why, let's suppose we have a list of numbers and want to get only the unique values. We can do this by simply converting the list into a set, which automatically filters out the repeated values. Then, if we want to work with a list again, we can simply cast the set back into a list. Another key difference is that sets are unordered, while lists and tuples are ordered. In an ordered collection, each item has a position, also called an index. Assigning the list and tuple to a variable, we can use indexes to access any of the items. Sets, on the other hand, are unordered, which means its items are not assigned a position or index. If we assign our set to a variable and try to index it, we get an error. Awesome! Now that we've compared sets to lists and tuples, let's look at what makes lists and tuples different from each other. The key difference between lists and tuples is whether the collection can be modified after it's created, a trait called mutability. Lists are mutable, meaning you can modify them after creating them. Tuples, on the other hand, are immutable. Once you create them, you cannot change them. For example, we can call the append method to add the letter D to our list. We can call the remove method to delete the letter B from our list. Or we can update items in the list by reassigning their values at a specific position. Tuples, on the other hand, are immutable. They don't support methods like append or remove. And if we try to update an item in a tuple by reassigning it, we get an error. So what exactly is the point of creating an immutable collection? That seems quite limiting. Well, the immutability of tuples is actually quite powerful in situations where keeping your data safe from accidental changes is more important than flexibility. For example, let's say we want to store a friend's birthday in our program. Because a birthday is a piece of information that shouldn't change once it's assigned, storing this type of information in a tuple is a good idea. It helps protect the data and prevents it from being accidentally modified later in the program. Finally, sets are like lists. They can be modified after they are created. In particular, we can add new items to a set using the add method, and we can remove items using the remove method, just like with lists. But since sets are unordered and don't have indexes, we can't directly update a specific item. Instead, to change an item in a set, for example the letter B to the letter D, we remove the unwanted B and append the new D. Great! We've now explored 3 different ways to store collections in Python: lists, tuples, and sets. Each has its own properties, and the appropriate collection depends on the needs of your program. By far, lists are the most commonly used type of collection. They allow duplicates, are ordered, and are modifiable after creation. Tuples and sets are less common, but are useful in specific situations. Tuples are similar to lists since they also allow duplicates and are ordered. The difference is that tuples are not modifiable after creation. This makes them great for storing data that should not change during a program. Lastly, sets can be modified after creation, but unlike lists and tuples, they don't allow duplicate items and are not ordered. Sets are ideal when we want to store unique items. Awesome! Now you understand the differences between lists, tuples, and sets in Python. If you want to practice what you've learned, check out the notebook.
So this is how you work with the collections. You have three different things: list, tuples, and sets. You have seen, right, how list work, how tuple works. So this is the main core of the collections. So I'm screen again. Yeah. So this is what we use to organize data. We use list, tuple, and collections. Those list, tuples, and sets, those are the parts of collections. And here, with the help of with all three different collections, we can organize our data easily. Okay. And there is one more thing which is known as dictionary, which works with keys and value pairs. So that is a four type of collections. But under the collections, we usually consider list, tuples, and sets. And we'll go to the next slide, which is functions. Functions are the programs which we use like when we have to use the code again and again. So we'll write one function and we will call whenever the function is needed. Okay, like you can see, we have to when we have to greet user, we just have to call name and we will print the statement. We will return whatever is required. If you print this, it will get hello Sam, hello Lisa. So this is how you have to write code somewhere and you have to can keep that code anywhere. It will help us in for security purpose also. And you can use directly call that function or program by just like this. First we are defining and we are greeting the user by name. Okay, this is how we have to define the function, and inside the function you can write the program whatever you want. Here we are just printing it. Return f hello name. If you run this program, it will return hello Sam, hello Lisa. So this is how you can run the functions. Let me show you one example how a function runs in a Google Colab. Python basic. So this is a basic function which is greet. See, we are defining a name greet just like this. If I run this program, first we have created one function which is we are defining a function which is greet. Okay, and we are greeting by passing parameters which is name. So in a function we are writing hello message, we are printing a message, okay, which is hello name. Welcome to the world of functions. Then I'm running this. Okay, we'll remove this thing, we'll print afterwards. If I run this, it will print hello Alice, welcome to the world of functions. If you change the name, like if you call the other function, it will ask hello Bob, welcome to the world of functions. If you want to add any other name, like hello Aditya, then it will print hello Aditya, welcome to the world of functions. Just we have to change the parameter. This is known as parameters. We are passing the parameters with here, and the type of parameter should be same. Here we are passing string, then here also should be string only. If we are passing some numbers inside the string, it will not work. This is work. This is considering at as something else. We'll change it. Okay. If we keep this as a string only, str of, if we keep like this, then it will take only string only. Then if I pass number, then it will give the error, invalid syntax. If we ask then what is the error, then it will tell. If we run this, array, we don't want this in 12. Okay, this is how you can use functions. If you want to call anything, any name here, like Adi, any name, just give a name. Okay. We don't want like this. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. If you give any name here, it will pass. So we are just giving a name and it will greet the person. So this is how you can use functions. See, here is the explanation. What's happening? And I will share this file with you. So if you at a times that time you will go through it and you can understand what happening exactly. And so this is what you have to do. I have shared you the source code also, how you can work with it. Or if you want to do some mathematical, like do basic math equations using, just write the, Gemini will give you the code and you can see how the program is working inside and what is happening, what code. See, we got a code here. See here. we have to give numbers here. If we run this, you will get the outputs. If you change the number, it will change automatically and you will get the output like this. And here is the explanation of what's happening, how the code is running. Everything is explained here in this way. So this is our so this is how functions work, and this is a mini project. Okay, this is a project which we have did just now using functions. We are taking one number and we are adding with other number, and we are adding, we are subtracting, we are doing division. All the stuff, all the calculations are happening on it. So, and we are printing the results. So this is how we did that thing. I'm sharing the screen again and I will show here in a program. So this is the program which we made, which Gemini made. So you can see, first we have added number, subtracted, multiplied, and we have divided. Okay, these are the program which we did what do you say, differently. Okay. Using different functions, and here we have did using single functions. This is the project which I have asked in the slide. This is what I have asked. We have take one number and other number, and we have do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And if you change the number like 150 or 55, if you just run, you'll get addition is like that, subtraction is like that, multiplication, division. So this is how you have to create your small calculator using Python. This is very simple. We are just taking two variables and we are printing it and doing operations inside the print only. So this is how this works. So these are the very basic operations which we can do inside a Python. Just a second, I've shared the wrong screen. So this is what we did now. After this, do you have any questions? So what we have learned today, okay? We have learned variables. What are variables? Variables are the boxes where we keep our data. Okay. Variables are labeled boxes. Okay, we have wrote what is inside it, and we will keep our data inside that boxes. Logic. We have seen how if statement works, how if else work, how it make decisions using and or not, and we have seen how loop works, how we can do repeated tasks without writing extra code, like we have used for loop and while loop, and we have seen how function work. We can just write a code and we can call it again and again, so we can execute it whenever we want in our program. So this is what we did today. Do you have any questions? Then please park it in the chat or you can talk. And here is one home assignment. If you get any time, so you can write a script that asks for like hello, your name, and it takes some of the details like name, age, location, and using mathematical operations, like you can create one calculator and you can ask some of the numbers, difference of the numbers, product of the numbers, divide, and the value which we get after division. So these are some of the homeworks. If you have time, then you can do it. I will send the screenshot of this in the chat. And do you have any questions about the syntax errors or any installation about how we can do Python installation, or how we can do coding online, and which IDs we can use? If you have any question, then please park inside the chat box so you can talk. If you have any basic questions also, you can ask. Okay, if there is no questions, we can end this session here. In tomorrow's session, we'll work on SQL, how SQL works, installation of PostgreSQL in your machine. If you want, you can do it with me. And we'll discuss on basic data analysis using SQL. I will give you a data set you can do along me if you want. That's it for today. We'll connect tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.